Welcome back to the channel. Monica Louv here at the Love Messages. So today we're going to be doing your reading from February 15th to March 15th. Now this is going to be a general reading, so it may resonate with you, it may not. If it does resonate with you, there will be a link in the description box for the extended. Aries, in this reading, I'm going to be taking a look at past, present, and future for you. I'm going to clarify the cards and pull some advice. Okay, so your challenge for the next 4 weeks is the Sun, and what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck, you have the Temperance upright. Okay, so for you, Aries, your biggest challenge here is the Sun, being happy, feeling the abundance, feeling the opportunities that are coming into your life. We're going to clarify your challenge in a moment. Now, in the recent past, you have the Four of Swords, you have the Ace of Wands, and you have the Four of Cups. So in the recent past, there was a new beginning, passionate new beginning that you embarked on. I do get a sense here that something in your life may have become very boring, very uninterested, and you may have pulled your energy back from the situation and started to focus primarily on your health, primarily on, resting or healing some sort of aspect within you. We're going to clarify this and get more information in a moment. In the present moment, you have the Tower, you have the Devil, and you have the Seven of Swords. So I do strongly feel for you in the present moment, there's definitely a very strong energy here of something in your life breaking down, something that was once very stable is changing for you, okay? And it's very much connected to something that's been toxic, okay? I don't know if this is a person you're dealing with. I don't feel like this is you, okay? I'm not getting your energy because Seven of Swords, not your energy. Devil, not your energy. The Tower, not your energy. But of course, when I clarify, I might get more of, you, if that's the case. Either way, there's something here about, waffles. I don't know why I'm getting that. Sometimes I channel food and, when the food resonates with you, the message will resonate with you, okay? It's not for everybody, but that's what I'm tasting or feeling. And I don't eat waffles, or I didn't have waffles this morning. So it's not an aftertaste of waffles that I have in my mouth, if that's what you're wondering. Either way, Tower in the present moment is signifying that something here was once stable. It's not anymore because something has gotten out of hand. Something has gotten out of hand. We're going to talk more about this when we clarify. In the near future, you have the Magician, you have the Eight of Cups, and you have the Seven of Wands. So it looks like for you in the near future with the Eight of Cups, it looks like for many of you, and this is, again, a common theme, and I keep saying common theme because 2024 holds a very common theme for many of us. And that common theme is disconnecting, walking away emotionally from situations that do not support us. Part of you becoming a manifester. A lot of you are saying, how can I manifest what I want in my life? How can I get more of what I want? And listen, I always say to you, okay, whether it's you or another sign I'm talking to, you're the one in control. You're the one that has the power to create the reality that you want. Every time something happens in your life and you don't like it, you can change it. You just have to know what the keys and what the steps are to change that situation for the better. So many of you are disconnecting in the near future from things that are not emotionally satisfying you anymore. A lot of you have been pouring your energy into things that are toxic, that are not healthy for you. This is about determining what is worthy of your time, okay? And this is, again, I keep saying this to many of you, but this is what's happening here in the near future. And I think what I see for you, Aries, is you're gaining back your power. You're gaining back your control of this reality, of your life in general, okay? Now, what you don't see coming is the Temperance, so things are going to take time. You need to be patient with yourself. It's important that you don't remain being closed off to things, because the more you're upset or closed, the more opportunities miss you. So it's really important that you remain patient with yourself over the next few weeks, because with so many planets in your 12th house, there's a lot of karma, okay? If you're rising Aries and you have Pisces here, which is, the ruler of your 12th house, you have Neptune there and you have Saturn there. Saturn is cleaning karma. So depending on what you did in the past, it's going to determine what's happening in the present moment for you, okay? And the sun is going to be transiting there, hence the reason why you have the sun as your challenge. So this is a time to identify, what needs to change so that when the new cycle comes in, and the new cycle is going to come in over the next few months, weeks, years, days, it's important that you're prepared for that new cycle that's coming in. And we're going to talk about that as we get into the reading, okay? So let's get into your reading and let's see what's going on for you. Let's clarify the sun. Okay, so your challenge, Aries, the sun is clarified by the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Wands, and you have the Hierophant. So your biggest challenge here has a lot to do with communication. It has a lot to do with movement. It has a lot to do with your actions. For many of you, you want a commitment. Maybe you want someone to commit to you, or simply you want something here that's going to make you really happy. It's going to require you to ask yourself what steps you need to take to get to your happiness, okay? The Knight of Pentacles moves extremely slow. The Knight of Pentacles literally doesn't move at all. There's something here about wanting something, but then not taking action. Wanting that commitment, but then not taking action. And I think it's one thing to want something, and it's another thing to actually take action towards what you want. So your biggest challenge here has a lot to do with not feeling like your happiness or your ability to be happy is not possible. It is possible. But the question you need to ask yourself is, what steps do I have to take every day to get to that happiness? Because a lot of the times what happens is people see success. They see happiness, they see abundance, but they just don't know how to get there. And I think that's a big part of your challenge here. It has a lot to do with daydreaming, fantasizing of what you want, but then actually taking action towards it. And your happiness and your ability to have what you want is there as long as you take the action towards it. And that means calculated action, not action that's just, based on passion and emotion, but calculated and grounded steps every day. Because you are the baby of the zodiac, you have a lot of learning to do, okay? Whether you want to admit that or not, that's the reality. So every day, this is about you moving closer and closer to your goal, but needing to be practical about it. And I think when you're more practical about something, instead of being overly passionate or overly emotional about it, the likelihood of you getting it is a lot higher than not being practical about it, okay? And that's ultimately how you're going to get to this place of becoming the magician of your reality, okay? So that's what I feel is your challenge. Now let's talk about the recent past. Let's clarify the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands is clarified by the Six of Swords, the High Priestess, and the World. I think for many of you, there was a very strong intuitive sense here that it was time for you to accept something here that was done. Something that closed out for you to lead to some sort of new cycle. For many of you, I do feel and again, some of you have realized this, some of you haven't, but some of you were involved in a situation where you weren't really getting much out of it. You weren't really getting much out of the situation. So for many of you, I feel like you disconnected from something here that at one point was great and amazing. It looks like you decided to have some sort of new beginning. In the past, there was a huge disappointment, and it took you a very long time to get over this disappointment. A lot of you in the past, there could have been new love or new opportunity for love that was coming in. And the Four of Swords is talking about actually healing, resting, taking time out to truly make sense of why something here, because there was a lot of resistance connected to something here in the past, something here that, seemed very interesting to you at one point, stopped being very interesting to you. And this has a lot to do with your happiness. It has a lot to do with recognizing when something just simply isn't for you. Because you have a bigger goal or a bigger idea in mind, sometimes, we have to shift from the old to the new. We have to shift from what we're used to doing to something new. And I think that's what's happening for many of you in the present moment. You know it's time to move into a new direction. A lot of you are involved in a situation. I don't know if it's your home life or it's a relationship that you're in, but it's toxic. Something here is just toxic. It's not healthy. Some of you are dealing with people who aren't honest. You're dealing with people who, you can't trust, or simply like something here is breaking down your life. Let's see. Why is the Tower here in the present moment for Aries? What is it that they need to know? You're going through a major transition in the present moment, a huge transition. Yeah. And you know why this is happening? A lot of you are not... You have too much going on. I don't know what's going on in the present moment. Either this is someone you're dealing with or this is you. You are asking right now, why is there so much instability in my life? Why is something here not working out the way I want to? Okay. Now, the first thing here is karma. If you did something in the past that you never resolved, it is going to show up in the present moment. And that's why this is happening. That's for some of you, okay? Because Saturn is in that 12th house. If you're a rising Aries, okay? If you're just a sun Aries, this could also be, resonating. Now, if that's not the case, something in your life has become unstable because you've been too distracted. You've been too distracted on this thing, that thing, and a bunch of things. And that's what's creating a lack of accountability. It's almost like, I'm going to give you an example. It's like spreading money all over the place. And, then you have different friends that come into your house and then, you wonder where all your money went. Well, clearly there's somebody here in the present moment that you can't trust. And it's forcing you in a way in the present moment, Aries, to move into a new direction. Now, if this isn't you feeling this, it could be someone you're dealing with that's feeling this. Why is the Devil here? You have the 7 of Wands, the King of Cups, and the 5 of Swords. So yeah, there's power struggles. There's a lack of understanding. Like, these are not good energies in the present moment. I'm just going to keep it real with you. There's a lot of deception. It's like you want clarity, there's that Ace of Swords. You want clarity on why this is all happening. Why is this happening in the present moment? Give us some clarity on what's taking place. You have the 7 of Swords twice in the present moment. There's a decision that you need to make, okay? The decision that you need to make in the present moment, because by the way, whatever's happening to you in the present moment, it's affecting your happiness. It's affecting your ability to truly find and have the happiness that you deserve. And by the way, this has a lot to do with the things that you're manifesting. So for example, let's say you're manifesting something or you want something. Well, it's harder for you to manifest the things that you want when you're in an environment that doesn't support that. Okay. So this is about you making a decision in the present moment about your happiness. Many of you are going to choose to stay in this environment. Okay. It's not a great environment. Person, place, or thing. A negative relationship, negative work environment, negative home situation. You may be hanging out with the wrong people. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. But you are going to come through, you are going to come to an epiphany over the next few weeks about a decision that you have to make that's connected to your happiness, that is connected to your challenge. Because a lot of you are watching this and saying, you know what, Monica, you're right. I do want to be happy. I do want to be happy. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to, manifest the things that I want in my life. But hun, it's not going to happen when you're in this energy. I don't know who you're dealing with, who you're associating yourself with, but you really got to look at that. And if your environment is sick and there's something here that's unstable, it is going to rub off on your energy, which is going to affect your happiness. So this is something that you need to be aware of. A lot of you are ignoring it. And I think you started ignoring it in the past. And you said to yourself, oh, over time, this is going to get better. It's going to get better. But you continue to ignore something. And then something here ended abruptly. And you said, what? Why did this situation come to an end? It's because it was toxic. And in the present moment, some toxic behavior is built up. There's a lot of trust issues. There's a lot of instability. And this is what's creating a lot of uncertainty. So it's important that you make the right decision about who you're dealing with, who you're around, the environment you're in. If you have to change those things, those may be the things that need your attention, which may take some time. That's why what you don't see coming is a temperance, in order for you to clear that energy. Because a lot of us don't realize who we hang out with, the people we entertain with, that all rubs off on us. Even if we're trying to do a good thing, we might say, oh, we're trying to do a good thing. you got to set boundaries here. And that's what I see you doing in the near future. Many of you are disconnecting from certain people or situations, family members, friends, work colleagues, because they simply just don't see your vision. Tell me more about the Eight of Cups in the near future. You have the Page of Swords, the King of Swords, and you have the Six of Pentacles. In the near future, there's a lot of imbalance here. There's a lot of somebody being generous, but at the same time, it's like very much similar to what I said to Sagittarius. It's like you're giving to a situation, but the situation's not emotionally fulfilling you or giving back to you. And you need to be able to identify when enough is enough. And I think that's what a lot of you are doing with the Seven of Wands, because you have so much going on. You have so many options, so many opportunities, and you're trying to keep up with all of this stuff. But what you're not realizing, Aries, is not all of this stuff needs to be kept up with. You have to make it simple. You need to make your life simple. You need to make your environment and the situation you're involved in simple, okay? When you start to walk away or emotionally disconnect from certain things that are unhealthy, unhealthy lifestyle, unhealthy environment, family, I keep getting a family situation, a work situation, maybe a relationship. The only true way that you're going to find stability is when you remove yourself and see what the results are when you move yourself. I'm getting a strong energy here of removing yourself from something, because what your issue is right now is wanting to be in control. You're saying, well, I want to be in control of my reality. I want to feel like I have the power to manifest the things that I want, but you also have to recognize the environments, the mind frame you need to be in, the people you need to be around. And you know what? Some of you are watching this and saying, well, I don't have people that are positive in my life, or I don't have people in my life that, you know, I look up to. Well, then you need to remove yourself and you need to focus on yourself, fix yourself so that you can attract the right people instead of having the wrong people around you. And that's the reality here, okay? Because that's what's happening. Tell me more about the Magician in the near future for Aries. You have the Knight of Swords, you have the Page of Pentacles, you have the King of Pentacles. So yeah, this is a process. A lot of you, you know, what's happening is you're rushing towards things, you're doing things without thinking, where you need to be more practical. So the question that you need to ask yourself now and moving into the future is, how can I be more practical about this situation? What do I need to eliminate here or disconnect from, which you will be disconnecting from something here in the near future, because it's just simply not supporting your stability, okay? And the more you ignore the situation, the more you feel resistance to the success that you're looking to achieve. So this is huge. It's a huge transition that you're going through. Let's get some advice for you. What is the advice? Okay, the advice for you is the Two of Wands. You have the Three of Pentacles and you have the King of Swords. So your biggest piece of advice here, Aries, has a lot to do with you choosing what you want. I keep getting the people you work with, the friends you have, the people that you cooperate with. Really sit with yourself and say, are these the people that I look up to? Are these the people that I truly want to exemplify? Because some of you are going down the wrong path. I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm not going to just, you know, sit here and say whatever. I'm going to tell you the reality. Some of you are going down the wrong path. And it's really important that when you decide to connect with certain people, certain collaborations, it is one that is going to focus on your happiness and your fulfillment. You know, there's no point in remaining cooperative with certain people that don't see your vision. This is something that I've mentioned to you over the last few weeks. It's a common theme for everybody. Same thing is going to keep popping up. It's going to sound annoying. It's going to sound boring. It's going to sound overwhelming, but that's how you're going to get it. Sometimes you got to keep saying something for somebody to learn. So your biggest piece of advice here is to look at your collaborative relationships. Be very logical about it. Don't be emotional and don't be overly passionate about it, because that's something that, you know, you tend to be. You get excited. You know, you're a fire sign. But you also have to balance that with logic. Because I think a lot of you, you know, if you don't do that, you may end up wasting time and you may end up going towards a direction that you don't like. And to avoid that, you can really think about how you want things to be now, so that when you're moving into the future, you're not in this place of regret like you have been recently, okay? So Aries, this is what I have for you. I hope this reading helped, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.